If it looks like I'm crying, it's because of how amazing Monster Hunter is. No, I got another. There we go. Oh my God. It took forever to focus. We are going to do a quick impressions of Monster Hunter. So far, I've been having an amazing time. Super fun. Love it every now and then. There's a little hiccups when it comes to the optimization of the game. I know that I have a pretty beefy computer, so I get to have a better experience than other people when it comes to the PC port of the game. So I know a lot of people just rather play it on their PlayStation. But so far, I don't see any real issues with anything, honestly. So far, as you can see with the gameplay here, I'm showing you there's been a little bit of lagging, and there goes into a little bit of these stutters and frame drops. But that's with my beast of a PC. So I'm rocking a 4090 and 196 gigs of RAM with the highest end AMD CPU I have. And I'm even experiencing a little bit of trouble. Whoa, major lag. What the hell? Jesus. But other than that, from a game standpoint in itself, I don't have any problems with it. So far, it's been fun to me, and it's been really good from basically start to where I'm at now. I'm about to get into the bigger monsters and everything else like that. I think it's called like the Woodwood, but they pronounce it, they type it with a U and stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird. Where we are now, it's like where it's like the lava, and it's like we met a different group of people and stuff like that. Story so far, super easy to read, super easy to understand, pretty cool. It's not the same. I think World did it better with like a very intro, like heavy cinematic. You're climbing on top of this huge monster, and then that monster becomes a gateway to a different land and subspecies of other monsters. I think the way they handled that better when it comes to the intro of the game. But Wilds is pretty fun so far. It's definitely a lot better in the cinematics when it comes to like graphical performance and stuff like that. Everything runs smooth when it does run smooth. Everything looks good when it does look good, and everything performs well when it does perform well. But again, that comes as the problem of like when it actually does perform well. When it doesn't perform well, it tanks. Like it's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. They did have a day one patch, and they did seem to fix a lot of things. That being said, I also probably don't think I would be experiencing the same problems if I didn't have everything set to ultra, and then I didn't also include the texture pack that was free with the DLC. So I think that also probably is like my problem that I did that. And then on besides the story wise, when it comes to the different, in my personal opinion, I like the drip in the game. I think the armor sets are amazing, and I like how it's not as complicated as World. It didn't take as long to get to World. When it comes, everything seems to be moving a lot faster. So the progression of it, the different monsters, the way how you get to the smithy, how you cook your meals, they made everything from World just easier. So most of the things are in your tent. Everything is compiled into a sub camp or whatever camp you go into. You don't have to go to levels and stuff like that. They made it a lot less complicated and more open world, but open world into the point where it's not so vast and so annoying. It's not like, I'm probably going to get hate here from some people depending on what you think about this. It's not like generic like GTA. So like whenever someone talks about like GTA world map and stuff like that and like the size of the map, like it's cool, but there's like no depth in the map, if that makes any sense. Like if you're playing it, Monster Hunter, there's different areas, there's levels, and it's wide but also compact, and with the fast travel it made it even easier as well. But like you can get from A to B fairly quickly. It's not like you're driving for 10 minutes or you're going for 10 minutes and you don't get to your destination, right? So I like the way that the world map seems wider. So it definitely lets you explore more than World, but it also feels tight and it feels like depth, and there's always something going on besides just animals, like other animals like feeding each other and stuff like that, or the crops, or another animal attacks another monster, and you know what I'm trying to say? Like it feels like it's more diverse. There's more things to do. It's not so wide and linear to where it doesn't feel like it's like generic, like NPCs just moving everywhere. It actually has like some depth, and it actually feels pretty decent to be open world. And I also like the fact from like one world map to another world map, it's just like a little fast travel. Instead of having to go back to the board in World and then choose the specific one you want, yes, okay, then you leave, and then it goes and there's a loading screen. Obviously that should happen. I mean, World to Wilds is like, I don't know how many years apart. I think World came out in 2017, I believe. 2018. So yeah, they should definitely have fixed all the performance issues that when it comes to loading screens and stuff like that. Granted, they still are having trouble when it comes to optimization. So technically, I could see why people are trying to review bomb it or trying to blackball it and basically say like, yo, you shouldn't release a game that's not optimized. The only thing that I have to really combat that is if you have a cheaper NPC, like, yeah, it sucks. Like, it does suck. Not everyone has the money to have a 4090, and not everyone has the money to buy a 5090. But I mean, like, when games this massive, there's been plenty of issues. Like GTA is poorly optimized when it came out on PC, or Red Dead, or there's a bunch of games that when they come to PC, it's just not optimized correctly, because I think they're trying to do it to the broader audience, which is going to be PlayStation or console in general, because most people are going to buy a $400, $500, $600, $700 console than a $4,000 gaming PC. So I think that since they do that, that's when the optimization becomes worse. But if you do get a chance to play it, I think it's beyond fun. I don't think I haven't had a specific issue where, actually, no, that's a lie. I had one issue, and it's actually the gameplay that you guys are watching now. Why do they make it so fucking hard to invite a friend? You got to link accounts, you got to become friends, you got to link the environments, and then they ought to be in your squad or group or whatever. That is the most annoying. If they need to fix that when it comes to the UI. In communications tab, it should just be like invite to party and then link everything. Why is it that if it's a specific mission, if they're not linked to the environment, then you can't go out into the open world with them? They need to fix this. I don't know why it's such a big deal. I never played online in Monster Hunter World, so I don't know if they had the same problem. But dude, I shit you not, before the next DLC pops out for this game, they need to fix this, because it makes it terrible time to try to play Monster Hunter with your friends. When you're trying to play this and actually have a good time with the group, and you're trying to beat a couple monsters, free roam, pick up items, do whatever you needed to do, why is it so complicated? They need to fix this. Besides that complaint and the optimization, the complaint with some people are having, like, problems with it. I think this game is going to be, I still think about it when I was playing the beta, I still think this game is going to be game of the year. Just based on everything that they improved from World to Wilds, I think it's going to be game of the year. It's just a feeling. I could be wrong. If not, if they don't even become a contender, I feel like that's a little bit, you know what I mean? Not only that, they also have a pretty good amount of fan service. Like, the women are actually hot. There's like no DEI section in the game, whereas some, you just, out of nowhere, you just have a fucking balloon of a character, and next thing you know, you got Lizzo walking on the screen, and everyone's supposed to say that she's the prettiest thing out there. You know what I mean? Like, Capcom knows what they're doing. They know to make the females hot, and they know how to cater to a gamer audience. And at the end of the day, that's what gamers want to see. That's what guys want to see. They want to be like brain dead, have a good time, want the women hot. They want the character strong. It doesn't matter. Like, that's what gamers want. And if you don't agree with me, I mean, just look at what happens to any other DEI project that they release, and then they force gamers to ingest this. And when gamers don't buy it, then they become like, oh, I wonder what happened. But so far, these are just my first initial impressions. I'll do a game review once I hit around 40, maybe even 60 hours of gameplay. So far, I haven't had any trouble with the monsters. It does seem a little bit easier than World. It does seem like it could also be easy to me because I played World. So you would have to get somebody else's opinion who's never played it before and just jumps into Wilds. The UI is a bit messy, but that's how World was too. I'm used to playing Dark Souls and like Lies of Pi, Souls-like basically. So I don't really like my UI cluttered. To some people, you may enjoy that. So you may enjoy the UI. You can turn on the UI, and it's very, the accessibility with the game is amazing. So you can turn the UI on and off. So that's going to be a good thing for some people. I don't like the UI so much. Once I get comfortable, probably like 10 hours in, and I pretty much figure out where things are, I'll be turning the UI off, and I'll just have my health bar, and that's pretty much it. Maybe I'll keep the items as well if I don't have to use the wheel when it pops up. If I have everything configured, again, I'm only around like, I think 6 or 10 hours in. No, 6 or 7 hours in. So this is just a very blunt first impressions. I could change my mind completely once I hit 40 or 60. I won't know until I get there. But that's for me personally. I want the UI as minimal as possible, and I actually just want to have a good time. But yeah, just a super short video of how I think about Monster Hunter. Pretty good so far. I'm having fun. At the end of the day, it's fun. Are you having fun? Did you buy the game? Are you having fun? Are you enjoying it? Do you consistently want to continue playing it? Yes. And I'm just like the other 1.2 million people who were on Steam playing it all at once. Even with the poor optimization issues, I don't have any disagreement disagreement with the game. Like, I don't have anything like, whoa, this is like, what the hell? Like, da da da. I'm not at a point where like it was God of War, where we had a slow pace, and then eventually after the slow pace, it started becoming a little bit more fun, right? I'm still playing that, still got to finish that. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in here and just do a quick video because I've been live streaming it. If you guys haven't seen the live stream, I'm off and on. If you want to jump on Discord, I'll have that link down below in the description, so that way you guys can see it, and then that way you guys can be like, okay, if I'm ever doing like a 4-hour live stream of Monster Hunter, well, there you go, you can watch it. I'm trying to get as much as I can with Monster Hunter first, because I have a really bad tendency picking up games, not finishing them, doing a couple of reviews, and that's about it. I want to be able to actually, you know, live stream, make the videos after the fact, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so far, first impressions, loving the game. Everything so far so good. I will be streaming later tonight, so if you guys want to see that, it's going to be around like 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you guys want any more notifications when it comes to the live stream, check down below in the Discord, join the Discord, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, so far so fun. Super amazing game. Had a super amount of fun time. Besides the issues with the UI, besides the issues with the linking to friends, and besides the issues with the optimization, so far so good. Those are my only complaints. Those are the only negatives. Graphics are good, plays well. When it plays well, again, when these things are at its height, it is a 10 out of 10 game. When they're not, that's when you're just like, oh, they really should have fixed this issue. Like, I'm not gonna say that they shouldn't. I'm not gonna be on their dick nonstop. I'm not gonna be on Capcom's dick and be like, oh, well, you know, this, and this. No, they should have fixed this. If you're buying the full game, a full experience, it should be fixed. Granted, yes, the PlayStation, most people play PlayStation rather than a $4,000 PC. So there's, you know what I mean? I'm always gonna play devil's advocate, but at the end of the day, 10 out of 10 when it is a 10 out of 10 game. So when it is optimized, graphics are great, performance is great, weapons amazing. I've only played the great sword so far, but I'll switch to the long sword, I'll switch to other swords and stuff like that, and then we'll go from there. But so far, 10 out of 10 game. I consistently want to play it. I'm trying to hurry this video up and get to more playthroughs with the Monster Hunter, so that way I can stream and play and everything else like that. Check it out on console if you have a console. If you have a PC and you don't want to wait for the optimization, if you don't want to wait, like, make sure you have a beast of a computer to play, and then you'll be fine. If you have a lower end PC, I'd wait until the game's a little bit more optimized, because at the end of the day, I've been seeing some stuff if you go on Steam and you just go to the community notes, like I've showed it on Steam, on stream, it's bad. When it's bad, it's bad. When it's bad, it's really, really bad. But yeah, so far, that's first initial impressions. Fun game. Pick it up if you can.
Yo, look, Diddler was just glitching out up there.
Hey, man, sometimes he does that if he doesn't get the baby oil, you know?
Yo, Luis, I'm the diddler now.
No, I'm the diddler. I'm Dirty Dan.